The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, is proudly brought to you by z03e10, Australia's award-winning provider of on-demand IT infrastructure for businesses that want reliability, speed and flexibility.
Actually haven't even opened the lid of my laptop. Hello and welcome to The Buzz, Australians' preferred social media TV show. Mainly because it's the only
preferred by
media.
Dentists.
Preferred by people everywhere. Great to have your company tonight. We're here thanks to our lovely pals at z03e10 who do a really great job with cloud computing. If you're interested in it, it's where you need to go, z03e10. All right, we've got a big show that we've got to get started with today, and I don't want to leave anybody behind, so make sure you're on Twitter, make sure you're using the hashtag TheBuzz so that we can get your tweets up on screen. But that's not the only reason we want your tweets. Tonight, you have an opportunity to win two double passes to our third birthday party. When I say third, West TV's third birthday party. We will be glad to have you here. Two double passes, that means 4 people can come along. And we're going to have all sorts of things, free food and drinks and go-go dancers. In fact, Paul is going to be wearing the Buzz bikini.
There's a circus act, band, dancers, much more, fully catered, Jason.
Beautiful.
Fully
So
catered.
you want to get along to that. The other thing I was going to mention tonight is that you'll notice that both me and Paul have had a shave this evening. So we've decided we're renaming the show tonight to The Fuzz.
No, that should be not the fuzz.
Not the fuzz. All right, it's not the fuzz.
I like that though.
Hey, if you had a really ugly baby, would you be happy to have it on TV? Well, check out the footy show.
Home viewer Dwayne from Newport thinks that his mate's baby looks like Sterlo. Okay, well, thanks to...
I did forget to mention that we have a particularly attractive person on the show that's not you or I.
And also clean shaven.
Clean shaven as... Hello, Candice Barnes.
You're just sucking up to me because you forgot me.
Oh, I did not forget you. All right, maybe I did, just a little
It's okay,
bit.
I'm all the way over here. I'm easy to forget.
Just a little bit.
Jason is like a steam train, isn't he? One the intro, he just keeps
just
going
really-
until we pull him up and smack him over the back of the head.
He's just really
Candice and I
enthusiastic about the birthday party, and for good reason. It's going to be a great night.
Can't get a
It's
bloody word
going
in.
to be a very, very big night.
Ugly babies. There's a bit of an uproar
Well,
because it was...
let's watch the clip first.
Oh, haven't we even watched the clip yet?
We just watched it.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
You're
what I
going to
thought.
get your act together.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to get my act together. So there's an uproar because obviously these parents felt that my baby's not that ugly. My baby's a cute little baby.
It looks like a bat baby.
All parents think that. Look, I'm not going to say whether the baby's ugly or not, far be it from me to make that kind of claim. But do you think sometimes a lawyer rings up these people and goes, oh, I might have a way you could get 25?
Oh, ambulance chasers.
I wonder, like, can people just not get over this stuff anymore? Can we not go, nah, you...
I think if the photo's out there in the public domain, I reckon it's out there to be used.
Yeah, and somebody calls your baby
As long as you credit it. So it's got ugly baby, credit to the parents.
Yeah, that would help. But you know what I mean? So what? Who cares?
Yeah, I do
Why are we
hear you.
suing? Why do we want to sue people?
Let's move on to something a little bit more important.
Yes.
Today, there was, well, not today, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like a time difference.
Yeah.
Right, so over there, today, they had a massive, great big tornado. And it wasn't just intense, it was big as well.
Oklahoma City.
Candice,
It wasn't just intense, it was in houses and schools too.
well, you see what she did there?
Yeah, I see.
Get
I
it?
came to you
It's on-
genuinely as a weather expert.
Well,
and what did you
hit me
do?
up.
It's on par with
I
your
took it
fuzz
to a whole
gag.
lower level.
A
That's
whole
what
new
I
level.
do.
Let's carry on,
Say.
as we are doing.
So it's quite sad because over 90 people have died in this particular event. I don't know about you, I hadn't followed it that much. Storms in America seemed a reasonably common occurrence. Obviously, this is one of the bigger ones. It wasn't until I saw a picture similar to this one posted where somebody came out of their underground bunker because clearly they have tornadoes there reasonably frequently. And I saw some of the destruction and I was like, man, this is like a bomb has gone off.
It is flattened.
Incredible. And just miles of flatness.
And so selective as well, because, you know, the very powerful winds can be right there and the next door house doesn't even get touched.
Yeah. As we know here, but...
Thing is that, you know, it is Tornado Alley. It is the kind of place that does attract these kind of storms. Not that I know anything about that, of course. But this same area was devastated back in 1999. So there's no, you know, no relief for these guys. With the last tornado they had there, back then, the huge one they had, the strongest sustained winds on Earth. So we're not talking about just a bit of a gentle breeze here, or even some of the horrific cyclones we get up north. This is hugely destructive, and probably one of the first times we've really seen it captured on social media.
Interesting as well, isn't it, that a tornado is effectively like a cyclone, but condensed.
Yeah. Some great tweets coming out of America, and this is what caught my attention initially. One of them was, now that this has killed people, maybe Obama should make it illegal.
Oh, and absolutely he should, because this is one of those things that can only be solved by law, Paul.
It's just really, we're going to bring it back to some sort of gun debate.
We're going to have to.
The two are very similar.
Well, let's check in with Candice and get a social media update.
Well, I don't know if you remember Kai, the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker who heroically saved a woman from a racial attack earlier in this year. Well, his TV interview went viral at the time and was applauded by people the world over. Interesting developments in the, kind of where are they now sphere. He's been arrested for the murder of an elderly gentleman. But it gets worse, unfortunately. Someone purporting to be Kai has written on Facebook that he believes he may have been the victim of a sexual assault. He woke up, allegedly, in the house of a strange person with evidence, won't go into it in great detail, that he may have been sexually assaulted. So some pretty horrific news out of the States on that one. On a happier note, move over the Academy Awards, get lost the Logies. The social sphere now has its own awards show happening in Singapore in just a couple of days' time. It covers movies, it covers TV, games, advertising, all sorts of things, and of course, a very special mention for those who've really done wonderful things and very popular things on the internet. Among this year's nominees include Jenna Marbles, PewDiePie, Smosh and Toby Turner.
Hang on, Candice, you didn't mention your own name there. What's going on?
Believe it or not, we didn't cop a mention, though. We still hold hope for next year.
Yeah.
Are we not the world's only social media television
No, we're not the only one. No.
Aren't we?
Al Jazeera actually has a social media TV show. It's a lot more political.
Okay.
But they do have one.
So we're Australia's, though?
We are.
So if there was an Australia Social Media Awards?
Although it might be changing. I think there's a new show on SBS2 that's...
Okay.
Well, don't switch the channel, because
No,
they
don't
obviously
change,
they
don't
obviously won't be as good as us.
Who the
at least
hell would
in the
watch
beginning.
SBS2?
So just stick with us. I did last Eurovision. Come on, that was just the other day. But anyway, to promote these awards, the YouTubers put out a bit of a promo video showing you how you can become a social media star.
Double rainbow guy? You like doing things half-assed? Is that how your daddy did it? Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. La, do. Hi. I'm Joe.
Wow. Oh boy.
I'm a vlogger.
Stop.
Do you recognise that guy?
No, I don't. You do, but I don't.
That guy, well, Candice knows this as well, because I discussed it very quickly with her as well. He has appeared as an extra in virtually every single major Hollywood film that's ever been made.
So what makes him social media famous?
I think he's just been cast to take on that role of someone that looks like a typical nerd.
All right.
You, for example.
Yeah, I'm very nerd-like.
Look
Not now,
very much
I don't
like,
have
like
a
a
beard,
nerd.
though.
Now, I've heard that Perth's been lost.
Yes.
Or did I get that ass about?
You may have noticed over the past week, this page is only about a week old. It's on Facebook. It's called Lost Perth. And in your timeline over the past week, you may have seen some old pictures of Perth popping up. And you've gone, that's cute. I'll have a look at that. It has gone crazy in this town. It has 37,219 likes within a week.
Is there that many people in Perth using Facebook?
Well, clearly there is. I mean, less if you ask Rupert Murdoch, but we're speaking about that later. And there was even to the point where there was an article in the Sunday Times, this Sunday just gone, about the popularity of this page. And
so hang on, you said 37,000 likes.
That's right.
I don't mean to suggest anything off, but did they buy those likes?
Well, here's the question that was raised by you today. Now, I've read some of the stuff on the particular page itself and some of the article. There was no mention by the admin or anyone that they were through a promotion or through purchased. And I think a good indication of this, we can see here a lovely picture of Carousel Shopping Centre on Albany Highway when it was new. And have a look at all that fabulous brown land around the Carousel Shopping Centre. But as a good indication, this has 265 comments, 645 likes, and this is the second most recent picture posted. So it seems Perth has gone a bit crazy for pictures of yesteryear. We're loving it.
Or pictures of an old Coke can, for example.
It's the real thing. But there's lots of... There used to be a safari park in Perth. Who knew? Jeff Newman had his own launch. The milk carton regatta, and there's lots from Atlantis Marine Park and lots of cool stuff, so it's worth checking out. But I think what is the most interesting about this is just the way it's become so popular.
Incredibly popular, yeah, absolutely. Candice Gawker back in the news again, and for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, they often are. They're quite controversial, the news site Gawker. It's a bit of an everything website if you haven't seen it, gawker.com. Well, they're kind of taking journalism to a bit of a different level and taking Kickstarter to a whole new level as well. Very similar to a Kickstarter campaign, Gawker are using a website called Indiegogo, which is basically the same concept, asking their readers to cough up money so that they can have an exclusive story. The story in question is that apparently Toronto's mayor has been caught on tape doing like hard drugs and quite clearly, and they've seen the video and they believe it's authentic, but it's going to cost them $200,000, and they're asking their readers to cough up. So I don't know, quite interesting. Is it the kind of thing, if, you know, heaven forbid, one of our local mayors were caught on tape doing drugs, would you pay to see the footage?
Oh, absolutely.
Was it New York's mayor probably about 10 or 15 years ago now, that was caught like taking cocaine in a hotel room with a prostitute?
No, that was the New York governor, I think.
Yeah, that was a big deal back then, but obviously not on social media.
Yeah, got caught out with prostitutes and whatnot, and that prostitute has actually become quite famous since as well.
There you go.
Of course.
Seen all of her best work.
It's very interesting, you know, people putting their money where their mouth is, but, you know, it's got interesting questions, raises a whole bunch of challenges around journalism and things like that as well.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that everyone continues to dump a lot of hate on Facebook, with recent stats showing that usage and participation is probably not doing as well as it ought to. Media mogul Rupert Murdoch has come out and stick the boot in, saying that it looks like Facebook is going the way of crappy MySpace.
Well, hang on, didn't he buy MySpace?
I believe, well, if he's
just before
judging that, then...
So he's obviously still bitter.
It's not someone I'm going to listen to.
I mean, there are some smart decisions in life and there are some silly decisions in life, and I think the writing was on the wall for MySpace. And you know what? My personal opinion, I think the writing's on the wall for Facebook as well. But that's just my humble opinion. Feel free to keep using it.
I have this problem though, Candice. I don't think people are going to move from Facebook until there is something that can pick up all the data from Facebook and put it on another platform, because there's too much stuff on Facebook.
There's so much personal
No one had
investment.
as much stuff invested on MySpace. Facebook's a different kind of beast.
That's true, isn't it? It's got everything.
It's developed this whole unusual social etiquette, which is, you know, it's stressful in ways, you know. It's you having to check your phone and check your Facebook and check your post box if you still receive snail mail. I don't know, it certainly turned me off after a while, after having been an absolute Facebook lover for so many years.
Well, I know how I solved the problem anyway. I will explain to all of them, but I dumped a whole bunch of friends that I had. They're still able to follow me, but I don't actually have to read all of their updates as well now, and that just makes Facebook so much more pleasurable.
The best thing about Facebook in recent memory has been the unfollow thing. So if you know somebody who's posting stuff that you like them, their posts annoy the crap out of you, you can just unfollow them. They don't know, and you haven't had the problem of, you know, explaining why you don't want to be there.
Some people indeed by nature are boring, and some subjects are boring, like a lot of people would find chemistry rather boring. But here's a way of making the periodic table fun.
Hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air, with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the sign, sodium for salty times, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, then sulfur, chlorine, and argon, potassium, and calcium so you'll grow strong, scandium, titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, no gas is stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period was...
The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, is proudly brought to you by Zetagrid, Australia's award-winning provider of on-demand IT infrastructure for businesses that want reliability, speed and flexibility.